Welcome to the first of many episodes of Pedis and Mimosas. With my dear darling Sundy Carter. Hey girl.
Hey girl.
Clank, clank, clank.
Yes. Right? What are we toasting to? We gotta toast to something.
We do have to toast to something, but not yet.
Not yet?
We're going to the end.
Okay, cool.
Until I figure out what we're going to toast
Okay.
to. All right? So, where do I begin? You single?
Am I single?
You
No,
single
not
somebody?
as of a few weeks ago.
Let's take a sip to that.
Yes, let's toast to that.
Let's
How about-
toast to that.
How about that?
Let's toast to new love.
Yeah, things just went super fast. Like, I don't even know what's going on.
How long were you single before you got with who you with now?
For over a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that a long time for you, or is that like?
Well, you know, I was married, so, and then divorced. So for me, no, I needed some time to kind of like take a break and do me and just get back to Sunday, not, date anybody or love anybody. I just needed to love me. I needed to be selfish in that moment. So no, for me, it was fun.
So what are the requirements
Oh,
in order for Sundy to date Mr. Whoever?
okay.
What does he have to be like? What type of qualities does he have to have?
He has to be spiritual. He has, he has to believe in God. That's the ultimate number one thing. I have children, so it's like a package deal. You have to accept my children, accept me for who I am, flaws, perfection, whatever it is, and just a well-rounded individual, somebody that will make me laugh, somebody that's going to be, serious when I need them to be, and then you have to also match my hustle. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take these glasses off because at the end of the day they keep sliding down. So I'm just gonna just
We gotta
relax.
see your pretty face. It's cool.
So basically, that's really what I look for in a man.
Okay. So
And money, you have that hey. So I tried to say it without saying it, but you gotta match my hustle. You feel me? Like,
girls say that it is
Yeah.
okay. See, that's the thing. I think that people like to, label women, as gold diggers. If a man having money is a requirement, like.
well, I think that
That doesn't make you a gold digger.
it doesn't, because in the house that I grew up in, my parents are still married, and my father's always been the provider. So, realistically, that's how I grew up. I grew up with my father providing, and he's still like my financial advisor. So if I need some money and I need, it's like an emergency or whatever, I can always count on him. So I feel like
Daddies are supposed to catch daughters.
Exactly. So I feel like in a relationship, I feel like it should be the same way. But it shouldn't be just a one-way thing. You should be able to hold your own. You should be able to sit at the table the same way that, your significant other is sitting at the table.
Right.
So
How do you find out though?
if he has money,
Yes. How do you find out? School me, because I'm single. And the way these toes look, you can tell. That's the reason why I'm single.
how do I find out? Let me see.
What other ways that you can tell? Like, do you flat out ask?
No, I think that's kind of ghetto to just flat out ask. But I think it's more so like conversation, like basically like what kind of work they're into, the way your house is situated.
Little key things you can tell.
Key things, just, you're not living in your mom's house. You're not driving, your boy's car. You're not taking an Uber everywhere. Like, I don't know. I mean, for me, it's more so like I was brought up with, the blessing to be able to have like 10, aunts and uncles. And my uncles, they've always got money. So I can kind of smell it. Like, I don't really need to ask too many questions. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't, for me, it's just like, I kind of know.
So what was different about this guy
Wow.
that made you say, yup, this is about to be my man?
Right.
Absolutely. And how was he different from all the rest and your ex-husband?
Wow. He was really persistent. He was such a gentleman. And I'm a Christian. He's Muslim.
Okay.
So
Is he from Philly too?
No,
Oh.
he's from the East Coast though.
Okay.
And I don't know, this man, I don't know what he did, but he got me ready to like switch religions. Like, I don't know what he did, but it's crazy. It really is. But
Right.
so I think it was more so like his honesty and just him being like upfront and him being like the gentleman, and then the sex was good. Like,
That was gonna be my next question.
and we had sex on the first date.
You did.
We
You
did.
What was the first date, and how did it lead to
Okay.
sex? Please spill the mimosa.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Let me take a sip.
Take it, me too.
I gotta take two
I
sips.
I want to know this.
I'm gonna take 2 sips for real. So, it started out with me meeting him at a restaurant.
Okay.
And I met him because I didn't feel comfortable like with him coming to the house. So, long story short, ate, drank, the conversation was great, and he was just like, you know what, like, I was like tipsy, I was too tipsy to actually drive, so I was just gonna Uber, leave the car and just Uber home. And he's like, no, I'm not a weirdo, I'm not this, I'm not that, like, come to my house. And I was just like, I just felt really safe and secure for whatever
Okay.
reason. I just don't know, maybe it was the alcohol, I don't know. And then
But you trusted that instinct.
but I trusted the alcohol instinct, and I went. And so maybe I was being a little thought pocket. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
Thought pocket.
exactly, I was being a little thought pocket.
I can't with you.
When I went to the house, he didn't try anything. I mean, like,
Did you initiate it?
no, he didn't try anything initially.
Okay.
But as the night went on, yeah, like, he tried, and I just was
Do you-
I consented.
Do you think there's something that should be said for going with the flow and just letting life kind of happen instead of fighting? Do you think if you would have fought, maybe things would have been different, or what?
No, I think that things are the way they should be. I don't think anything. I don't think if I would have like waited it out or anything like that, I think that would have just prolonged the good sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what I think.
Question, and it just doesn't have to be about your current relationship, but what qualifies
good sex.
good sex? Like,
Ooh,
for you to be like,
girl.
yo, that D was bomb or it was whack. Like, for you.
Well, I'm a talkative person, so the way, and then I'm like aggressive, but he was just a little more aggressive than me. So I'm just like, wait, whoa, wow, like I'm being taken on a whirlwind here, you know? So yeah, it was, and see, but then when I think about it, I'm thinking and I'm saying like, well, was it the drinks? But then I had sex with him sober.
Okay.
And then it wasn't just the drinks. I'm just like,
So aggression is a part of it.
Yes.
That will
you
qualify as.
Yes, you have to be aggressive. Like,
Okay.
And then of course, like, size matters to me. I feel like definitely the size does matter.
So 4 inches ain't gonna do it for you, boo?
No, no.
4 or 5.
Yes, no.
what if-
That is a deal breaker.
But check this out. But what if he met all the other criteria, and everything else was just so perfect about him, but then when y'all got to the bedroom, it was just smaller than.
Oh no.
It was like this.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker for me.
If he was a millionaire with a small D, it would be done for you? Seriously?
Like a millionaire, like what? Like what kind of millionaire?
What
like
if-
a multi, like what?
What if he was worth $5 million? Worth.
For my happiness at this point in my life, honestly, I would have to say deal breaker. No, seriously. Like, you have to understand, like, I've been around money. Like, I've been around it. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, that
So money don't do it for you.
No, money is not going to do it for me.
So sex over money.
Yeah.
Clank. All right now. Okay. Okay.
I'm just being
not
honest.
mad
I'm
at that.
sorry.
So I see the skin is looking quite amazing. I need to know the skincare regimen. I want to
Okay.
know the hair care regimen. I want to know everything, Miss Sundy.
Okay. Well, I have my own beauty product line now, so it's
Word?
Sundy Secret. Yep.
Nice.
So basically, what it is, and the reason why I even started it was because I have eczema. I
Okay.
really, honestly, have really bad skin.
And it does not look like it.
Yeah, but I do. It's dry, it's crap. It's just, you know what I mean? I can't. I mean, if I have a breakout, it's disgusting. And the steroids for me was just so unhealthy. And I just was like, you know what? I need to find something that is organic and healthy. You know what I mean? For me, and that's actually going to work other than what's being prescribed. So I started doing some things in my kitchen. It's just so crazy and random. And it started to work.
So you came up with your own
with
concoction.
my own concoction.
That's dope.
Yeah, and it worked on me, but everybody's skin is different. So what worked for me didn't work for my daughter.
Okay.
So I had to get a chemist involved. You feel what I'm saying? So I was more so like the
guinea pig?
The guinea pig, yeah. I was the guinea pig. So basically, we came up with like 3 different things for 3 different skin types. So, you know, it's like oily, dry, then you have like pretty much normal. But each one that I have, I mean, it's been working. So once I started with just that, I was just like, wow. And people were purchasing. I started the website. And
How long has it been around?
About a year.
Okay.
It's coming up on a year. But prior to that, like to get it to where it is now, I have been working on it for maybe like 2 years.
That's awesome.
To get it, you know, together.
I want to know from you, if you could give one piece of advice to anybody that's an up-and-coming entrepreneur that wants to, you know, create their own skincare line or whatever, what is the one piece of advice that you think is most valuable that could, you know,
that could help them and take it to the next level?
For sure.
Well, for me, it has to be something that you love. Like, it has to be your love. You understand what I'm saying? It has to be something that you love to do. It shouldn't be anything that is just popping for the second, you know, because everybody else is doing it, like a clothing line or something like that. It has to be something that's like true to your heart. And this was really true to my heart because I needed some solutions. I needed, you know, results.
Girl.
I couldn't walk around with my skin like that. And another thing is like, take your time. Like, don't rush anything. Don't be on anybody else's watch. You have to, you know, you just have to kind of like filter through and see exactly what works for you. That's pretty much it.
You hear that, up and coming entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
Sunday got some sound advice. You better listen up.
Right. And then just understand the hustle and understand that things don't just happen overnight.
Oh, Sunday.
What?
Please tell me that again.
It doesn't happen overnight. Like, honestly, it realistically doesn't.
You are my counselor right now.
I feel like Ayana over here. Dr.
You
Phil.
are coaching me right now because I have to constantly remind myself, Rome was not built in a day.
Yes, it was not. And I always say that. Rome was not built in a day.
Completely get it. You got a celebrity crush?
Oh, yeah.
You want to tell who your celebrity? She sipped to that.
Yep. Michael, y'all already know. You want to finish that?
Michael B. Jordan. Hey, Mike. Well, no, she's taking but if things fall through.
Yeah, however, I'm taking them war marks, Wakanda marks, like tribal marks. That is a nice looking man. Jeez.
You know,
you don't think so?
No, he is. He is an attractive man, but he's all right.
Well, who's your crush?
Well, it was Tyrese. Why you made that face? What?
Because
Tyrese is
okay. When you say
chocolatey and
Tyrese,
delicious.
okay.
The keyword, Sunday. I say he was.
No, I'm
He's
saying who.
not
I know. I'm saying who
me.
is right now.
Right now.
Like current, like not.
Let
before.
me see. See that I find attractive? Idris Elba for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's something real gritty about him that I just
maybe
I
his
just,
accent and that he can turn it on and turn it off whenever he feels like it. And then he plays like a gangster.
Yes,
and
there's something mysterious about him
yeah.
for sure. Lamont Rucker.
Okay.
Lamont.
What about Amari?
Come here and let me interview you. Come let us soak our feet together. Now let me stop.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay, Michael B. Jordan. All right. Would you
Yeah,
ever
so-
date outside your race?
Of course. I have actually.
What was that like? Did you see her? Please talk to me about that. Talk about it.
70.
Wait. Hold up. Excuse me?
He was 70
Sunday,
years
you
old.
are bugging.
I'm not, but I wanted to test the waters. Like, do I need this?
You
My
wanted to-
marriage didn't work, so
You
do I
wanted-
need to date younger? I've dated young. Do I want to date older? Now we're talking outside of the race, right? Outside of my race, yes, he was like.
She said
70,
she wanted
he
to
was-
test the waters. You wanted
Yeah,
to
seven-
test
yeah, 70.
icy hot and
70.
Metamucil and that's what you
yeah.
was on. Because I no.
Exactly, and probably Viagra.
Girl.
And
Did y'all do it?
yep.
No!
But you know what I think it was more so? I think it was more like
Sunday.
it was you know what it was? It was the fact that I was just taking advantage and just being a slutbag. Like,
Okay.
to be honest. Like,
Is that the 70?
yeah, he was, or 71 or 2, something like that. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Did you
I
put a
can't.
double in that? Because thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jade. Wait,
Yeah.
70?
Yeah, or 1 or 2.
You
71 or 70 something.
You have-
72. Initially, all he wanted to do was talk. He was like a sugar daddy. You know, I mean, everybody needs one of those at some point in time.
I'm not mad at that though.
So-
I'm really not mad at that.
At the end of the day, I mean, I never had one, so I tried it out. I'm like, okay. I was introduced to this person, and you know, we traveled and did a gang of stuff that I normally wouldn't do, just, you know, based off of budget wise. I
Okay.
mean, so I think it was more so like the challenge and the fun of it, and I just got tired of it. Like, you know what?
Why? What made you say, you know what,
I had enough.
Gramps, you're not for me?
Because just enough was enough. It was just like,
How long did that last?
4 months.
So tell me about these movies that you're about to be in. What's up with that?
Okay, so I have 2 coming out. One is Project Hollywood, and one is called Forgiveness. And look for those around like Octoberish, Novemberish, and they'll be dropping like around the same time.
Okay.
So for me, I've been offered so many different roles, but the same roles. And I'm at a point in my life where it's just like, you know what? No. I don't want to be put into that box. I don't want to be, stereotyped. I don't want that. So I want, instead of being like the prostitute, I want to be the doctor.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of being the drug addict, I want to be the lawyer, the attorney.
And do you play
whatever.
that? What do you play in these movies?
Yeah. Well, I'm a police officer in one.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a
I can
good.
see
Yeah,
that.
that was a good, like,
Officer Carter, I
yes,
can see
Officer
that.
Carter. Yes, that was a good transition for me. That was a great character to kind of morph into. And the other, I play like it's kind of like an Ocean's 11 like kind of situation or whatever. So I'm kind of like a scam artist. And these other projects that I've been, offered, like I have one on the table right now. I'm just trying to figure out, like, do I want to do it or not? It's just kind of up in the air for me. But at least they're offering, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it's not so like a whole audition process for me anymore. It's just more so like, would you like to? Instead of, my agent calling me like, you have an audition, and then it's a freaking cattle call, and I go and
Yeah.
there's 50 million people there. And
So does this mean no more reality TV for
no,
you?
it doesn't mean that.
Okay.
Because the point is the coin.
So you would go back on reality TV?
I would do it under, my own, own like circumstances. I would,
I just want to say this. If you do go back on reality TV, don't have these people portraying you as the villain. I do not want that for
Okay,
you
but
anymore.
listen.
Because you are a great girl.
Listen, I am.
I don't, she's like, listen, I am. But let me tell you.
However, let me tell you.
I don't
Let me
want
tell
that
you.
for you.
Listen, let me tell you about editing though.
Okay.
when you deal with reality TV, you have to have common sense. A lot of people that watch reality TV, they're watching it because it's the guilty pleasure of the dramatics that they see. They're not looking at, you know, the argument and like kind of dissecting like, okay, well, why did she say that to her? You understand what I'm saying? Because realistically, you're only going to really see one side. So for me, every action has a reaction. So I'm not a troublemaker. I'm not a shit starter. Like, that's just not who I am. I'm not a hater. I'm not any of that. But you have these other women that are, and I'm the first one to say it. And what happens is, because, you know, maybe what I say is more entertaining for the audience, that's what is going to captivate the audience, and that's what you can show, and that's what is going to draw the audience in. That's what you keep. Right. So instead of somebody, you know, somebody I'm arguing with, say, let's just go to Basketball Wives. I'm in an argument or whatever, and this person, they, you know, shoot from, you know, the hip, they shoot high, low, but they're not going to show that part. They're going to show a little bit of it, but then they're going to show everything that I say. But what made me say these things? I'm not that devious, you know, I'm not that, you know, type of person to just say something just to say it. Like, it has to be a reason behind whatever it is that I'm saying. And I feel like this, I don't care what condition you're in, if you have the strength and the wind to say whatever it is that you feel like is going to hurt my feelings and disrespect me and my family, then I don't give a fuck. Then I'm just going to say whatever it is that I want to say back to you. The gloves are off. You understand what I'm saying? So that's
people never ever, Cardi B, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, but Cardi B posted something very interesting on Instagram the other day. She said people never ever pay attention to the person that starts the shit. They always respond to the person that like responds.
Kind of like responds or finishes.
What about the person that's been doing the provoking?
Yeah,
it's always the person that responds.
But the way things are cut on the cutting edge floor, it's like you don't get to see. So that gives the audience the leverage to side with the individual that's not being portrayed as the bad guy.
So you know what I want to toast to, Sunday? I want to toast to your honesty and your transparency.
Thank you.
I know that you are going to move mountains in this world.
Thank you.
Because you are so like organic and you're so just honest, and I just love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Because you know sometimes you'll sit down with some people and you be like, that's all you gonna give me? Like, that's really, you just gonna front? Like, and there's nothing fake about you.
No.
And I think, you know what that is? That's the East Coast in you, because I'm from the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's the East Coast in you, and that's why I can relate to that, you know?
So let's toast to that.
Cheers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the first episode of Pedis and Mimosas with my girl here, Sundy Carter.
Thanks, boo.
Did that. Yes. And we got a whole bunch more planned for you, so stay tuned for more great shows. Thank you.